Well, the Invictus Trust was set up in the hours following the death of my son after a very short period of poor mental health. And our family were stunned by the tragedy, and we felt very strongly that services in Cornwall had failed him and he didn't get the help that he needed. Ben was just 18, he was a few months after his 18th birthday, and it meant that he had to go into an adult unit. So he was taken into hospital very quickly, and he was housed with most people over 60 with very chronic conditions who weren't recovery focused at all. And for a young man of 18, it was a really, really negative environment. He was a thoughtful, aspirational young man with lots going for him, and he knew he had problems and he really needed to talk, and he had no help. So we set about trying to change that and realised that counselling was the next big thing that we might be able to make an impression on in Cornwall. And now we're trying to address that with our Invictus Trust Clear Counselling service. The demand is enormous. The feedback is so far very, very positive indeed. People are really appreciating the swift response and the personal nature of the service.
I think it's such an important charity. It's an adolescent mental health charity, local to Cornwall. We wanted to raise money for a Cornish charity, and we knew of the trust. We approached Sharon and Steve. I think they were a bit shocked, but we felt that we could raise £100,000. It's a big ask. But sometimes if you want to do big things, you perhaps need to set yourself big challenges. We're rowing from Gomera in the Canaries to Antigua. It's organised by Atlantic Campaigns, and it's called the world's toughest row, 3,000 miles. Big seas, 40-foot waves. Our main sponsor is Aspects Holidays. So much help they're giving us for the website, for social media. That's been brilliant having them on board. They're great people to work with. And we're working with, I think it's about another dozen other Cornish companies to come along as partners. And that's the idea, is that we raise money through public donation. We want everybody in Cornwall to be engaged with this process.
It's a fascinating challenge. More people have climbed Everest or been into space than rowed across the Atlantic. So I saw it as a fantastic challenge. Being in education for 25 years, I could see where the support was lacking. We live in a very elongated county, and putting infrastructure in things like the NHS, mental health, education is very complex and very difficult. So when I got to find out more about Invictus Trust, I couldn't think of a better cause for us to row the Atlantic for.
This is a really, really big challenge. 4 men in a tiny rowing boat in the middle of the Atlantic. It's going to be a real physical and mental challenge, and pretty scary at times, I suspect. The adolescent mental health is really important, and I think we do have an increasing and largely unseen problem with that in the UK, and we can do something about it. And the Invictus Trust is an amazing trust, and they've done such good work all the way through the southwest, and also linking to other adolescent mental health charities that really want to support that and help them grow the support that they're giving.
I think mental health is close to everyone's heart nowadays. We've been made acutely aware of it over the last few years. My own parents both actually passed away with dementia, and the support for them was very weak. And then you look at the youth support is really, really poor. And Sharon and Steve obviously had a tragedy in their own family and have worked tirelessly to build this trust up. It's a local trust. It's something we all believe in. We've all got children. We all want the best for our children. The children are the sort of future of the country. And if they've got problems, it's fine for them to bring those out and get support for it.
I think it's important to be supporting the work of Invictus Trust because there is such a lack of mental health support for young people across Cornwall, and our young people are in desperate need of support and help. So if we can raise enough awareness and put them in front of somebody when they need to see them and their families too, then that's what we want to do.
I feel humbled by the effort of these chaps. I mean, I can't even get my head around the challenge that they're undertaking. We're always about, the end game and the exit strategy for Invictus, because we see ourselves as enablers. We want to make a difference. So what we're hoping is that if Invictus funds it for the first year, potentially Invictus Atlantic could fund it for the second year. As a mother of a young man who lost his life to poor mental health in under 3 months, I think it could definitely save a life. Because if a young person reaches out for help at 4 a.m. one morning and they get a call the next morning, and within a very short space of time they're sitting in front of a counsellor, it could save their life.